So welcome everybody. My name is Michele McCay and I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia. I am in the middle of a launch drop talk. And so we're launching someone's business here in Atlanta and I'm so excited. Wendy is here with me, kind of recognizing some of her guests. So she's not able to get over here where y'all can meet her. But I apologize that Todd Rowland is also involved in an event tonight and he is not going to be able to join us. So I apologize. Cynthia and I will do our very best to take his place. And we know that you guys are going to enjoy. And thank y'all for being on tonight because we are talking about why you need these drops. And one thing that I wanted to share before Cynthia shares is that, as with the drops, we know that they help correct insulin resistance. And if you've heard my story, my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 55 and died at 62. And now researchers are saying that insulin resistance in the brain is the leading cause of Alzheimer's. So it is my mission and my vision to get these drops in the hands of millions, and we are doing that. So all of you that are invited to this call, that is exactly why you're invited to this call, because we want to make sure you are getting on the drops. And another reason for being on the drops, other than insulin resistance, y'all, is to lower your cortisol levels. Who is stressed out in their life right now? I know not everybody wants to admit they have stress in their life, but I would say 90%, 99% of you, and we have about 96, 100 people on this call. I would say 95% of you are stressed out to the max. So whether you're a mother, a father, and you're dealing with kids and getting them to school or homeschooling or what have you, you have a level of stress in your life. We all do. So you've got to bring those cortisol levels down, right, Cynthia?
That's
So
right.
other than correcting the insulin resistance, we've got to bring the cortisol levels down, okay? Got to. So I know for me, I have to have that accelerate. I love that accelerate to bring those cortisol levels down. And how many people, how many do you know that when you have insulin resistance or cortisol in your bodies, it is probably going to show up in your belly. So that belly fat is generally either insulin resistance or high cortisol levels. So come meet everybody, Wendy. So we want y'all to meet everybody here at our event. Wendy and her girls, her twins, Melanie and Megan. And we had some other guests that had to go ahead and leave when they knew that we were going to do this Zoom call. So they left, but thank y'all for being on tonight. So Cynthia, going to turn it over to you. So other than what I just shared about insulin resistance and cortisol levels, why do people need these drops?
Okay. All right. Thanks, Michele, all the way from Atlanta. Good evening, everyone. I'm Cynthia Bolden, but I'm still coming to you from Oxford, Mississippi. Every time we do this call, it was supposed to be me and Michele. We've been doing this call for a while, and we would have Todd. Tonight, before he realized he had something else to do. And all day today, just going from one meeting to another and traveling today, I was just kind of like just thinking about the drops and being so very thankful that we have the drops. And then, when you start being thankful for something, Thanksgiving will lead to other thankful thoughts. Okay. So with that, as I go into this, I am an herbalist of 32 years, and I've had the pleasure to work with plant life for about 32 years. And I absolutely adore it. And one of the things that I would like to say to you this tonight is, why do we need these drops? Some of you, most of you probably are on the drops. I would say I can only see like the first 50 maybe hands up that we're on the drops. And then we have others. I see those hands out there. Thank you. I love all of this. And then we may have one or two people that's not on the drops, or maybe they're here to learn why we should be on these drops. Well, let me tell you why we should be on these drops, because we are I see that hand in the chat, love it. We have a unique opportunity to witness and be a part of something so beautiful as in Dropper One, our Slenderize program. So our Slenderex and our Accelerate. Michele just talked about cortisol, but let's just talk about a tool in our toolbox to help us do what we wanted to do anyway. One of the things that I love so dearly and get so excited after 32 years, the fact that you can take something and literally take something that's clean, that's whole, that has science, backed by science, to enter in your body. In this case, it'll be our drops. But think about it. That's already proven now to cause your appetite to come in balance. Some people call it appetite suppressant. I like to say appetite balance. Next thing, that's dropper one now, still on dropper one, to actually help break up visceral. Think about that word, visceral fat. The fat that actually is the inflammatory fat, that if too much, really, as well, I won't say too much, but inflammatory fat that really suffocates your organs. So this is what I want us to remember when people say, I have tried the drops. My first 30 days, I feel better, but have you heard that? My first 30 days, I feel better, but well, let me help you with the but tonight. I feel better in 30 days, but guess what? I understand, and now you understand, and we're going to be able to share with so many people. First 30 days, but let's go to the second 30 days. Now, the second 30 days, what's that? That's 60 days. If we still got a but, let's go to but the next 30 days, which is 90 days. But now let's role play a little bit. Guess what? 30 days, I'm sleeping better, I'm feeling better. Well, I think I noticed something. That's a win. That is a win. It is time to get really excited about what we have in our hand. Science back, do you possibly know what it takes to get products, really good, clean products out in the marketplace, and people stamp and approve that we as distributors, we can invite our families and our friends to something that actually changes their lives? That is amazing to me. Why do we need these drops? Because of that, because of bringing the body in balance. And now when your body is in balance, guess what a side effect is? It is weight loss, but guess what another side effect is? You absolutely feel good. You're not biting at people. I always like to say your liver feels better, the seat of your emotions. I talk about those things a lot because we don't want to be quiet about you can actually feel better. Well, guess what? What happens when the person don't feel? Then just follow me. Maybe they didn't see something 30, 60, or 90. But will that same person raise their hand and talk about maybe what their sales experienced over the past years? They may not know. Sometimes people don't know how bad they are or have felt until they get something different. So that's why it's such a joy and an honor to put in remembrance that when we're dealing with plant-based, because remember, plant-based, okay, it's kind of like, did anybody have carrots? Today is Monday. Did anybody have carrots last Monday? Don't know. But when you eat the carrots, do you say, we know the carrots are good for eyesight, right? It's a vegetable. Green things, vegetables. Do we ever say, oh, I hope those carrots worked? Oh, I hope that broccoli worked. We don't talk that way, do we? There's an expectation to keep eating things that's good for us, like our approved food list. And eventually we had an attitude, I'm going to feel better and do better. Now, that was a plug for the approved food list, by the way. Now, really quick, these kind of talks help us to understand that everybody, we use the term that everybody's body is different, but let's talk about what do we really mean that everybody's body is different? Everybody's body is different, even when they do things that may not be helpful to their body. But to have a proven product, again, made, it's like, coming from the earth, but at the same time, it's made in nature, but we have so much beautiful science to back it up to get the results. We have a list of results. I still can't get over the pain. People take these drops and in like days or weeks, they don't have pain like they used to have. What is that? That is what we're talking about, lowering that inflammatory response. So yes, we could go through. We have the ingredients. We have the ingredients that tell us exactly, our book tells us certain things, but then we do have an ingredients list that tell us the things that is good for. What about nerves? Why do people mood change? And all of a sudden they're feeling calmer and better because there are about 4 or 5 products just in this alone that actually affects that on how you feel. So again, here's the question. No, it's not the question. Here's the statement. How good can you really feel? That's why we need to take these drops. I think it's time to put our feel good on the table and know that it can even feel better. So this is how I want you to think. How good can I really feel? My body, I'm taking these drops, dropper 1, 3 times a day, dropper 2, wait 10 minutes twice a day. And now I'm going in trusting a product that's safe and effective, that's been backed by science, but I am going to not so much use willpower, but I'm going to have a made up mind to take these drops and let these drops give me a story. Let the drops give you your story. Let the drops write your story. That's why people need this. Somebody's counting on you, somebody's counting on me, somebody's counting on all of us to show up with our story. And they'll be so glad that we have our story, because guess what? People want a story. They want a good story. Why do we need these drops? We need these drops because somebody, we don't treat, cure, diagnose, but somebody blood pressure is going to be better. Somebody A1C is going to be better. Somebody cholesterol is going to be better. Somebody brain fog is going to be better. Somebody digestive system is going to be better. Is it really up to us to hold back? No, it is up to us to feed ourselves and to cause the body to come in line. Somebody just had migraines as a question. I see that. Guess what? I'm a firm believer, just what I know about migraines, as the body is hydrated and as the body is set in a position to receive more oxygen, you know what? There's a plus. Do we say that the drops do this? Guess what? Somebody just said mine are way better. Thanks, Brandy. Way better. So here's the thing. The thing is, to answer the question, that's why we need the drops. So the drops can affect us from a cellular, on the cellular part or the cellular activity. And then we get to write the story to tell people how we are better in this, that, or this. So that's really, in a nutshell, why, well, I won't say a nutshell, but it could be a nutshell on why we really need the drops. Because if the body is out of balance, and these drops are for hormone balancing, and the hormones are these directs all these different signals throughout the body to cause it to be in balance. To me, it just really makes sense. When you say, Michele, it really just
Yes.
makes sense to kind of feed the body, give it what it's desiring along with our approved food list, and say to ourselves, you know what? If this is proven by science, this is an opportunity that I have to change my life and other people's life. Why wouldn't I do it? Why wouldn't I take it? So you know what? It's kind of like head up, shoulders back, game on. When it's about these drops, like no other time, game on. So I just want to pass it back to Michele because she does a phenomenal job in telling us on how do we get these drops. So just remember this as we move and close. How good can you really feel? Read the back of your box tonight. Go get your box and read the back. Warning, I'm proud of this. If pregnant or breastfeeding, do not use. That's it. I mean, I'm proud of that. I am proud that whatever, take the drops as directed, drink your water, tear your mind, even in a mindset. You know what? I'm not going to just focus on so much willpower. I'm going to focus on the power in these drops, the power of alkaline diet or uh, a low carb diet, but not thinking low carb, eating more protein, doing a little exercise. And I am going to let this, along with the drops, do the work for me. Think about that. Let them do the work for you. You rest and make the decision that these drops will do something for me. So, Michele?
Well, that was amazing, Cynthia. Well, if you didn't get the message why you need these drops, then you weren't listening, because Cynthia, you nailed it. Great job. And I just keep thinking back. Remember back in January at that Super Saturday when we shared, when Todd shared about the newest research of that insulin resistance in the brain, or type 3 diabetes was the
That's it.
leading cause of Alzheimer's. It hit me. It was like a fire was lit under me, that I couldn't help my mom 29 years ago, that I could sure as heck help everybody in my touch. And y'all, look how many people we can touch on social media. everybody out there that's looking for a solution for insulin resistance or cortisol levels or even weight gain, okay, stubborn weight gain or menopause symptoms, what have you.
Mhm.
Everybody can benefit from these drops because we know that people are desperate for a solution. So we know that we got to get these drops in the hands of millions because there's so many people that are desperately looking for a solution. So I have an action call, so a call to action for each and every one of you. If you invited someone to this call, make sure that they know you have three options. Okay. So if you are a guest, here are your options. Okay. One, two, or three. Easy as that. Okay. Number one, you can buy these drops retail, but I'm going to ask you why. Why would you buy them retail when you can get them at the best discount? Wendy and I got them at the best discount from the very beginning because Cynthia introduced these products to us. So we wanted to get the best discount. Wendy just didn't know that she needed them. So we want the best discount. So number one, I don't even recommend. Number two, you can save. So you can save by getting the best discount. Okay. Enrolling with a membership, $29.95. You have your own website and you can enroll and save. Okay. Number three, you can enroll and save, but you can also earn. Okay. So why wouldn't you earn if you're going to share with everybody in the world? If everybody joins you in getting on the drops and you can earn and you can make an extra $500 right away within your first week. So we're going to teach you how to do that. So you're going to enroll, earn, and save. So tell me if you're number one, number two, or number three. So if you are a guest on this call, get back with the person who invited you and let them know which one is your option. Now we're going to have this call again every Monday night, like we always promise. And Todd Rowland said to let y'all know he will be on next Monday night. I'll be in the middle of another event right after PXP, but I will be on, and Cynthia and I will continue to host, and Todd will be on next Monday night. What's today, Cynthia? Today's the 16th.
The 16th.
So mark
Yes.
your calendar, the 23rd. Todd Rowland will be on at 6:30 Central Standard Time. Love you guys. Have a great night. Do your homework. Get back to the person who brought you on the call and tell them whether you are one, two, or three. Y'all have a great night and see you guys next Monday.
All right. Good night.